All right, so Andrew Fisher in the comments was asking about the business model of AI, and I thought that's a great question. I did do an hour-long podcast on this with Andy, but like Mr. T, who's got time for that shit? So let's see if we can do like a 2-minute TLDR of that. So the idea here is that first principle, like AI is not the product, it's the fuel. So to quote the popular buck, it's like one of these engines that moves markets. So like the printing press, like oil, like the internet, like the mobile revolution, like what you've got is something has changed in how we can do business in the world, and it's going to have a lot of flow-on effects, but it's not necessarily the product in itself that is going to capture a lot of the value. So what do we mean by that? Is that AI is going to allow you to take your business and just run it in a much more efficient way. Like that's what's underpinning here. It's like the fuel of a very efficient business. Now to get there, what you probably need to do is redesign all of your business processes to be more human at the edge. And we'll go into that in the future. If anyone cares, then let me know and I'll talk about it. But what it can do is vastly collapse the cost base of your business. So I'm going to take a diversion for a moment now, and we can look at like why this is going to be interesting. So VC funds tend to be sexy. People love raising money and being like, oh, we've raised $100 million, like got this great valuation, like blah, blah, blah. And it's all great. But it's a lot of like vanity over sanity going on there. It's like, yeah, we're going to get all this money in the future. We're going to do this. And then what you don't hear about in a lot of VC success stories is like, this valley of death of finding product market fit. And for every one that gets through and generates these, 1,000x, 10,000x, 100,000x returns, there's the 1,000 others that were just left on the cutting room floor that just failed and just destroyed capital. And you end up with this business model for VC, which is kind of like a spread bet of like, let's make 1,000 bets on things because one of them pays off so big that it was worth it. All right, and that's currently been like the sexiest thing out there, is right, raising money and like going down this path. Now what AI is going to allow you to do is to navigate the risk for those 999 products that never made it through the VC gate, right? So like their problem was they couldn't find product market fit. They couldn't find recurring revenue with customers. They couldn't establish a strong brand. Now there exists in the world tons of businesses that have product market fit, recurring revenue with customers, strong customer brand, contracts in place that lock people in over a period of time, but they have a large cost base. So they might be running at 10% EBITDA. And the power of AI, like as a business model, is going to be to take a 10% EBITDA and turn it into a 90% EBITDA, a 50% EBITDA, a 70% EBITDA. Like this is the business model of AI. And if you think about that from like a capital allocation and like VC approach, what it suggests is that you could take the strike rate of a venture capitalist from say 1 in 1,000 to 9 out of 10. And if you can do that and generate these sort of returns that are going to then 100x, 1,000x the enterprise value of your company, you have something that is incredibly lucrative. So really, I think the business model of AI is actually using it as a fuel to power optimization and efficiency inside your business. But it comes at such a scale that you get huge returns around this. And that what we know of is various funds that are out there in the world, right, raising money to execute on exactly this strategy. This is not a secret that only Pete knows about with his flashy Hawaiian shirt. It's something that is known. It's being executed. If you want to know more about it, like reach out and get in touch. But hopefully that helps.